6 months. Okay? That does not mean that I still know it's going to play out, and it will play out in the coming weeks. But it's taken me 6 months rather than 3 weeks to really sort this out. Now, what am I saying? I'm going to come back to the issue of budget, right? You make a national budget, right? And you say, okay, I'm going to make this national budget on the basis of the fact that every day I'm going to probably ship or sell 2 million barrels of crude oil. All right? And something happens. There are burst pipelines. Okay? Pipelines are vandalized. Crude is stolen. It's common knowledge that there are significant threats to our revenue profile because of the oil theft that is going on there. There's significant threat to our revenue profile. It's there. And so, on the basis of that, clearly, if you were expecting to get 2 million barrels in a day, and then the pipelines have been busted, vandalized, oil has been stolen, and then instead of 2 million barrels, it now comes to 1 million barrels. How can you meet the revenue profile that you were talking about before?
So that means the country has a financial challenge.
You understand what I'm saying? So no. There's a threat to that sector of the economy. And then what it means to me is that government must redouble its efforts, okay, to check this threat to its revenue profile.
Whether the money you're expecting is not coming in, you get a challenge.
No, exactly. So fine. Yes, you're right somehow, Chamberlain. And so the next thing, so what do you then do? Do you, on the basis of that, then say that your economy has collapsed?
No, say this is broke.
And don't even forget the fact that, talking about these oil thefts, where are these pipelines located? These pipelines are located in the states around the Niger Delta. All right? The governors are the chief security officers of the various states.
Not on paper, as they say.
Not as far as I'm not on paper. When it is time for money, they remember, they make all the noise. But when it is time for responsibility, a lot of them shirk those responsibilities.
Can this conversation be held satisfactorily if the country does not address the seemingly unitary system of governance where so many things are on the exclusive lists?
For me, the states have never been more autonomous in our history.
Really?
These governors and these states are very autonomous. These states' governors are very powerful.
Even much more than
and for me,
the military interregnum?
As far as I'm concerned, the kinds of governors we've seen today, they are very autonomous, they are very vocal, they are very expressive.
I'm chuckling here. I'm trying my best.
They are very expressive, which is good. But you know what I'm saying to you that, listen,
excuse me,
I need for you to, embrace your responsibility in its totality. Okay, I don't want a situation where people single out specific things and say, no, we're not getting money, Okay, I'm also interested in knowing the monies you've gotten, what you've done with it. And I want to repeat, there are states, I don't want to start calling names, okay, because some of them are my friends, I say, oh, these are friends and things. No, but even objectively speaking, there are states you go to today and you're not in any doubt whatsoever that some of these governors have discharged their mandate in a responsible and satisfactory manner.
Because it's backed up with the IGR?
Backed up with their IGR, backed up with performance, backed up with innovation.
But there are states that have challenged with the IGR.
With innovation.
So they fall back on the revenue and back up the IGR.
That's why you're a state. That's why you're a governor.
So how can they govern when the government controls many of those resources which are located in the states?
If the kitchen is too hot for you, get out. Get out. It would be nice.
How do you mean by that?
I tell you something, Chamberlain. It would be nice today. Right? It would be nice today if a governor wakes up one day and says, guys, I took your mandate. Thank you so much. Based on what I have seen, I do not think that I'm in a position to continue to discharge this mandate satisfactorily. Therefore, please, I throw my hands up in the air. It would be nice to see that. It would be nice to see that.
It's also interesting. I mean,
it would be very nice to see that.
Let's not have the discussion in a vacuum. I mean, we're seeing how, we saw the Nigeria Governors Forum, we saw the politics of it, we saw how it disintegrated. A host of people were accusing it of becoming a lobby group, or is it a pressure group, possibly unnecessarily so, But some of the things that they were asking for was more power to them. You're talking about how you've never seen states more autonomous. They are saying, give us even more autonomy. You're saying that with what you've seen, some states have done well. Some states are saying, yes, we've done well, but if we have this autonomy, we will do even better, because we'll be able to take charge of even things like security in my state. I mean, in our states. We've seen, the security challenges. Let's not even talk about states in the Niger Delta. We've seen security challenges in the states up north. And what do they cry to? The federal government. We heard it all the time, Governor Jang saying that, I'm just a chief security officer on paper. If a flight passes by me, I can't command nothing to kill it. What do you have to say to that?
For me, some of these conversations will continue for a very long time. These are ongoing conversations, okay? And I don't think that there is, I cannot sit here and tell you that this is a solution to it, right? But clearly, the security of lives and property is the most basic responsibility of any government anywhere in the world. And in order for Nigeria to be secure, I don't need no bickering, I don't need no all these excuses on the part of governors and the federal government. There must be very close working relationship between the states, the local governments, the states, and the federal government. It is the joint responsibility of the government of Nigeria. And government, I use it in a plural sense for both the local governments, the states, and then the state. And then a very important part of it is the citizenry. Okay? I'm an advocate of what I call democratic security. Okay? The policeman on the street is not a witch or a wizard. They're not going to just sniff in the air and know that something has happened. The citizens must be willing to cooperate in order for Nigeria to be secure.
And they have to be well paid too.
Yeah, well, whatever. But the citizens, the government everybody must work together. I want to feel secure. I want to feel safe. Okay? And if I can vouch information to a security agency that will make me safe, it is my responsibility to do that because I want to be safe.
Do you think that this talk about, the economy is weak and it's not weak, it's just a matter of semantics? So we've seen the CBN has also released a statement saying that it was a misconception, but I think the headline was based on a speech by Dr. Kingsley Moghalu, who was given given a lecture at the Golden Jubilee ceremony of pioneer graduates of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Now, he says that with a population of 70 million, let me quickly say what he said, has said that, they say Dr. Kingsley Moghalu has said that the nation's economic performance had been rather weak. Would you say that that also means that the economy is weak?
No, that's what I said earlier, that this economy can do better.
No, that's a rephrasing.
No, I'm not rephrasing it. What I said earlier, my first statement, you asked me clearly whether the economy was collapsing.
No. Collapsing and whatever. A weak economic performance. I mean, they're two different things.
Listen, a GDP growth rate of about 6.18% in today's world, what is happening around the world, even in some of the most advanced countries. And if any which way you looked at it, if you are comparing us with some of the most advanced countries, if you are looking at this with emerging economies, the GDP growth rate is high, is solid. That this is incontrovertible, but that's what I said. But you can then begin to say, okay, what are the elements of this growth?
Exactly. Just quickly,
so just to
be fair to him.
Yes.
To be fair to him, I'd like to take some excerpts of what he said. So with a population, it says that Dr. Moghalu regrets that Nigeria's economic performance does not reflect its endowment. With a population of 170 million people, yes, Nigeria is generously endowed with human, physical, and natural resources. Well, it doesn't seem to be doing as well as it should. And that is me paraphrasing the end of that particular, because I think that will be what the body of the speech will be, going to emphasize. But, it's not quite the same thing as the economy is collapsing, right?
It's not the same. How could you possibly say it is the same? It's not the same. Okay. The economy is not collapsing, but can this economy do better? Nigeria's economy has much greater potential, any which way you look at it. Okay. If you're looking at it in GDP terms, it is solid. But with the problem some of us have is, let us deconstruct that GDP growth. Okay? So things about employment, and that's why the government, I believe, I've said from time to time that, it's growth without jobs, okay? And so, yes, in spite of this robust GDP growth rate, that of course, there's a wish, in the civil populace and even in government circles that the unemployment situation was not as bad as it is. Okay, 24% is high anyway, any which way you look at it. But it's not something that's peculiar to us. Is it something we must address? We must address it because it has both social and security implications, poverty implications.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have. We'll have to end it here. Frank Nweke Jr. is the Director General of NESG, Nigeria Economic Summit Group. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll return after this break. Please join us again if you can.